I pledge to you that we will do our very best to do what is right.
Plus, the big story today, a church in crisis. The Dallas Diocese releases a list of priests accused of sexually abusing minors. Thanks for being with us for News 8 at 4 today. I'm Jason Wheeler. For months now, Dallas Bishop Edward Burns has promised to release this list. It's an effort to restore trust in the church once again. And to be clear, the list of names does not indicate that a priest is guilty of the alleged abuse. I want you to look because we know everybody is interested in seeing the names. We've got two screens here that you're going to see. This is the first of the two of them, of the priests who are accused who are now deceased. So all of these priests have already died, even though their names are being released today as having credible accusations against them. These are the names that Bishop Burns, by the way, has turned over to law enforcement. Again, we've got two screens here of those who were deceased, and we've got two more screens. These are the priests who have been credibly accused. This was released by the diocese today of the priests who are still living. And again, all of those names have been turned over to law enforcement. This almost asks as many questions as it answers because we don't know exactly when these priests were credibly accused. Where exactly were they? Which parish were they in? As you know, priests move around from one parish to another. So this is likely to not give as much of an answer as a lot of parishioners would like to have just seeing these names today. Back in October, you'll remember Bishop Burns made a vow to provide the names of priests who have had credible sexual abuse allegations against them, and basically today this is the follow-through on that commitment. Teresa Woodard was at that news conference today, and Teresa, the bishop, was specifically asked why now, why this list came out in 2019 after really decades of abuse allegations, and some of these priests have since died. What was his answer to that?
Jason, there's a total of 31 names on that list of priests in the Dallas Diocese who've been credibly accused of sexual abuse of a minor since the 1950s. And Bishop Edward J. Burns truly said it gives him shame and it gives him sorrow that there is even one name on the list. As for why now, he fully admits that the church is in crisis. He says this is a painful yet necessary step in order to try to regain the confidence of Catholics, not just across North Texas, but truly across the world. And of course, we know that there have been revelations that have come out. There was that Pennsylvania grand jury report last summer that mentioned 300 priests from Pennsylvania who were called pedophile priests. There was also allegations of abuse from a cardinal in Washington, D.C. And so in light of those allegations, he felt as if now was the right time to do this. He does say he hopes this is looked at as a sign that the church is becoming more transparent, that sort of the old way of doing things, which was really for law enforcement to not always be contacted, for the church to really investigate itself, and for sometimes priests accused in one parish to simply be moved to another parish in the same diocese, that way of doing things has been abandoned. I want you to listen now to Bishop Burns as he describes the steps he says they are taking to ensure that the men who enter the priesthood are truly fit for the job.
Those men who are stepping forward for the priesthood, the background checks, as well as the psychological review that assures that they possess the psychosexual socio-maturity in order to be a priest. It is important for me that when a man steps forward for ordination, he is fit and suitable to serve and shepherd a parish community.